Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? All right, my name is Naj. Now, I had this thing for about 8-ish months now, and I had a previous one for like a year before I totaled it. So without further ado, it is definitely over past due of starting to get some carbon fiber pieces for this car. Now, I personally always had a thing for carbon fiber spoilers, right? It is like one of the quickest ways to change the way the booty looks on this car. But here's the thing though, you guys have to keep in mind, all right? Not all carbon spoilers are created equal at all. I've bought like every type of spoiler on the market for my previous cars, all the way from Audis to Volkswagens to Infinitis. Two very important things. Number one, you get what you pay for. And number two, don't forget number one. You can see carbon fiber spoilers go anywhere from $200 all the way to $800-900 or even $1,000, okay? Depending on what car it's for, where it's made. Because you can get a cheap one. I've gotten a cheap eBay spoiler before, and it was cool and nice until it flew off the car when I was going like, not even that fast, like 30 miles an hour. Not only does it suck, it's embarrassing. Because you do these things to make your car look nicer, and you know when a spoiler flies off and you're doing like 40 miles an hour, you know, it just makes you look stupid and cheap. See, from a manufacturing standpoint, all right, it's not too hard to get a spoiler looking like this, with a nice finish, glossy, and everything looking perfect. It looks like that when it shows up. Give it 3 weeks under the sun and see what happens. With these cheap ones, they show up looking nice. Give it a week and you'll start to notice certain things. Cracking, breaking, moisture, it's starting to pop up from one side of the trunk. It's all about how it stays together under pressure from wind, under sun, under water, under temp changes from hot to cold. Now, a lot of these cheap manufacturers use a very thin layer of resin that, number one, is not strong as it should be. Number two, doesn't have any UV protection, right? So with no UV protection, give it a couple of weeks sitting out under the sun and you're gonna notice that it's starting to yellow a little bit, if it didn't start yellowing and cracking from before. Other manufacturers use good quality resin, good quality fabric, all those protections and stuff, where after 10-15 years, that piece still looks perfect if you keep up with the cosmetic maintenance of it. Now, when getting a spoiler for this car, upon shopping, I was like, all these options are fucking garbage. They either don't match the design of the car, they don't flow like the rest of the car does at all, or number two, they try to be BMW spoilers that stick out like 6 inches off the trunk, or number three, the designer just completely stopped giving a fuck. Like this one here. For example, this dude designing a spoiler for the B9 said, I'm gonna add a shark fin right in the fucking middle. Here you go. And to make it even worse, they're gonna charge you a flat $800-900, around $1,000 for this spoiler just to make your car look fucking stupid, right? Why are there no options? Where are the creative people? So I was like, yo, that's it, I've had it, I'm done. Okay. I took matters into my own fucking hands, right? And I reverse engineered from scratch a new spoiler for the B9 that fits its body style according to my opinion, to my taste. You might think it sucks, right? It's cool. But this is what I think this car really needed as far as a very subtle yet aggressive feature that doesn't really compromise the overall look of the car, like this one. Look, it just wants to take off like a fucking jet. Why? I don't know who's responsible for this spoiler, all right? I don't know why you decided to make it 9 inches out, right? Like fucking air brakes on an airplane. But you need to calm the fuck down and you need to stop making this spoiler for every generation Audi and BMW. Now, the most important thing for designing carbon body parts is, of course, fitment, right? So during my free time, I decided to put my reverse engineering into use and give this thing a spoiler that it deserves. All it took was really a lot of work and neglecting my family. So the last thing I wanted was a fitment issue throughout the process, because this process I knew was gonna take at least 3-4 months, right? I started a long time ago. So I'm gonna actually walk you guys through with me in this process of how I'm gonna reverse engineer and design a new spoiler. And after I finalize my prototype, setting it over, they're gonna make a mold. They're gonna make me a sample piece according to my design that I like, okay? I know this sounds like a very excessive step just to get a carbon spoiler, but yo, come on, what is this? Okay, first things first, we gotta bust out the 3D scanner because I gotta 3D scan exactly where the spoiler is gonna fit. Now when we do that, this little plastic factory spoiler that you see here is gonna have to go, right? So this is gonna be stuck on there pretty good. The best technique that you can do is to get it warmed up. I got a little space heater right here next to the camera. It's gonna warm this area up a little bit and I'm gonna use floss to seesaw my way and get this broken out. So you get some floss. You want to kind of overlap it a little bit and you start seesawing your way through it. And these are flexible and I don't really care about this part at all. So I'm just gonna rip it off from here since I got enough out. Ooh, there we go. It's a clean rip. All right, now let's get the 3D scanner out. Welcome back. All right, so I did spend the last 3 months free time that I had into kind of sketching and coming up with different concepts and drawings of a spoiler that might look good on this car, all right? And after designing a bunch and deleting 99% of them, I think I finally came up with the most perfect fitting and looking spoiler, all right, for the B9 S5 Sportback. So after I 3D printed and test fitted it, I got it sent to my guy to make me a mold, all right? And the first piece in carbon is finally here. We're gonna open this bad boy up. We're gonna see how it fits. We're gonna see how it looks, all right? And I really hope you guys like it. I am so excited for this. The only thing that can fuck my mood up is if this doesn't fit. Because then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna calmly just smash this into the concrete floor, and then I'm gonna break the camera, all right? Let's go. Ooh, ooh, this is what I'm talking about. This is where it's at. This looks amazing. Look at this. Insane how perfect that weave is. This is what I'm talking about. You guys see this right here? This is a mold number, all right? So that nobody takes this design and tries to knock it off and make it look like shit, right? See, this is quality, man. Every single edge, every crevice of this thing was just done so perfect. Let's get this on and see how it fits. Now, when you do install a spoiler, the most important thing that you do before you install it is wipe this down, because if there's any dirt or any grime that the mounting tape sticks onto, once it gets some water and some heat and some moisture in there, it's gonna wanna pop off over time. So make sure that you have completely no dust, no oil, no wax, no nothing where the spoiler is gonna sit. Am I still recording? Yeah. This is definitely one of the most satisfying parts of installing a new spoiler though. This is what I'm talking about. All right, so I did just give it a wash today after installing it. I just want to show you guys how it looks. Geez, look how precise this fitment is. No matter which area you look at of the spoiler, every contact point is flush with the trunk. There are absolutely no gaps between the spoiler and the trunk. I honestly think this spoiler looks amazing from every single angle that you look at it from. I'm really happy how it came out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Please stay tuned for the next video that I make. Most likely gonna be developing a rear diffuser for this car. We'll see. I also am dropping a new B5 spoiler that I've been designing as well for my project car for a while now. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.